Mike, and you are now tuning live into the future and current Van Lodgers of America show. Let's go! What's going on, guys? It's been a while. Hope you all doing well. It's been a while since I've come on to film live, and I am very happy to see you all once again, as you will be seen. And as the title of this video shows, I am driving in War Machine. And we are on a mission, War Machine and I. We are on a mission to find out what War Machine's true empty is on the gas tank. One of the things that occurred with the van when we first purchased it was that the gas gauge really is not accurate. When you put gas in it, it fills up. I've never filled it up all the way because I was suggested not to by the original owner, because he had done some doctoring work on it, and he has like a little electrical cable coming out of the going around where the gas gauge area is and what have you. So he told me, he said never fill it up all the way, and I heard that loud and clear, and so I haven't. But what that occurs is that I'm always driving around confused, not knowing as to whether or not War Machine is, needs more gas, or how much longer War Machine has. I filled up 5 of them, and I'm driving. And I'm gonna drive War Machine until War Machine conks out of gasoline. And I've set the miles tracker, so that I'll be able to tell exactly how many miles it will go after it went low mileage, after it went below empty, how many miles I have to drive on it, to see, so that I can gauge the true barometer of that gas gauge. Because I really want to know what the gas gauge means and what it doesn't mean, and to ultimately be able to tell exactly where my gas is on this vehicle. Because that's important. I spent a lot of money on gas on this car, but if I don't know how much gas the van takes and what the van's real threshold is, then I'm really stuck like Chuck, and I don't have the appropriate abilities to go off driving and knowing when I really need to fill up and when I don't. On the trip all the way over to Arizona and Las Vegas, I wound up filling up twice when the gas got to half a tank, just because I didn't know my true tank. And I knew I was going to be driving a long distance without a gas station around the corner. And the last thing I wanted to do was to wind up running out of gas. I've got 10 gallons of fuel, and I don't smell any gasoline in the car. Inside here in this car, it's been cold, and the car doesn't reek of gasoline, which lets me know that those gas containers are airtight. And when the car actually does run out of gas, I'll let you guys see the gas canisters as we go to take it out. So I know it's saying it's a very bad condition around the city, but how as well in the comments below, please. And everybody has been well. I hope you all prosper new year of 2018. I hope you future vanners are getting the resources that you need to make wise decisions, learning hopefully from my mistakes, and positivity that I put out there as well. Of things that's put that positivity in my be the vessel that allows you to receive it. All praises to the ancestors. It's basically what we're doing. My wife went to a dog groom, so she and her co-workers all conference. So I got nothing to do. The Black Panther again as soon as she gets off with my and if she doesn't, then I'll go by myself tomorrow, or if she wants to come with me tomorrow. So I'm sure a lot of you guys that'll start to watch the channel will wonder where I've been. It's been a very long while since I posted a video, and the simple answer to that question is I've just been living, just been working, just been living. And I've got this little job. It's a piece of crap job, making crap money, but it's paying the bills. And I have been, in my spare time, I've been really working on my Facebook presence as far as growing that. Nothing to do with van life, although a lot of the van lifers in van life will have been an integral part in that regard. I want to give a shout out to Novel Culture, Lavelle and his beautiful bride, Paris. To both of you all, I appreciate you guys and all you guys do. It's been a pleasure working with you all of late. And so that's ultimately what we've been working on, as opposed to vanning. As a matter of fact, I got my Honda, I got the alternator. If you guys have been paying attention to my channel since the beginning, you knew that when I was planning to head over to Arizona, I was concerned about my Honda, because my Honda had a bad alternator. And I did not feel comfortable trying to drive the Honda over there. And I do not have a tow hitch on the back of War Machine, even still to this day. So U-Haul was quoting me a price of almost $400 to install the tow hitch, hook up War Machine, and make it viable. And unfortunately, I was like, you know what? I gotta tell you the truth. That's just not working for me. That's not viable right now. If I had spent for that and then got all the way over there and had to get back both of those vehicles, it still would have been bad, because here I am back in Southern California. So I'm glad that ultimately didn't work out the way I was originally intending. I still do not have a tow hitch on War Machine, and I'm probably not going to get one anytime soon, since the plan for War Machine is to insulate War Machine. I'm finally going to break down and do it. One of the main things I learned from being in Las Vegas and Kingman, Arizona for the first 2 weeks of this year, the last week of the year and the first 2 weeks of this year, or the first week of this year, I'll say, maybe, was that in all reality, I need more insulation in this van in order to be comfortable in the evenings. There were some nights when the temperature dropped down to the 30s, the mid-30s in Arizona and in Las Vegas, and I was freezing. My teeth were chattering. I could not even move from underneath the blankets. And so I learned that it will be necessary to insulate this van. And I'm definitely going to get my insulation from Lowe's. I found the board that I want and I want to rely on. Got to put the Reflectex. I'll be getting the Reflectex from the dollar store. I feel that it'll be cheaper that way. But we'll see. We'll see about just ultimately buying a roll in it of itself. But yeah, before we go, the wife and I are planning to take a trip. I'm finally going to drag the wife kicking and screaming into the van. Our anniversary is in July, and so we're planning to take a PCH, Pacific Coast Highway trip, straight up the PCH all the way to Canada. And neither of us have ever been to Canada. So we're actually going to try to cross the Canadian border. If they want an old badass like yourself, like myself, in their Canadian border. Canada, I'm nice. I just want to come for a visit. Let me in. So we'll try to cross the Canadian border and visit some spots in Canada. And then we're going to drive back down and hit up a Seattle Mariners baseball game to see Dee Gordon, who was traded to them. And we're going to try to catch a San Francisco Giants game to see Andrew McCutchen, who was traded to them. And we're going to try to get to an Oakland Athletics game just to see the stadium that Ricky built. So those are our goals for the upcoming trip. And so that means I have until July to get the van where I need it to be, to get that second bed cot, so that my wife will have enough space for my wife to sleep there as well, and to insulate these walls properly and build some shelving units. We're not too and also to get a roof rack. So I need to build the wall. I need to insulate the walls. I need to build a roof rack, and I need to build shelves in that order. Roof rack because we want to set up the PVC water shower area, so we'll be able to shower inside the van. And insulation because we don't want to be cold at night. And shelves just so we can organize everything. One of the biggest complaints I had when I was in van life in in Arizona, Nevada is I could not organize anything. It was just a total mess in the back. And I'm a naturally junky person, so that's not saying much, but I want to build some shelves so we can at least try to organize for this trip up the PCH. So I'm just driving along. I've been on for 12 minutes, and War Machine now has 8 miles under its belt as we're driving. So for at least we know when the dial goes down to empty, we can drive at least 8 miles and we'll be okay. 8.5 miles to be exact, and I'll just call out the mile markers as we get to them. The street that I'm on, so you guys can see where we're driving, this is a street in Los Angeles County. Well, now we're not in Los Angeles County anymore. Now we're in San Bernardino County. This is a triumvirate street. It goes all the way from Los Angeles County all the way out at least to San Bernardino County, and possibly even further. It's called Mission. And this street just drives and drives and drives. You stay on it. We may stay on it long enough to see exactly how far out it does go. But we're just driving down the road, and the reason why we choose it is because I was thinking about getting up on the freeway, really pressing it, really to try to see, but suppose I'm going up an incline and I run out of gas. So it's better that I stay on the flat road, on a road that just drives and drives. So as I start to hear the engine sputter, I can just pull off to the side, jump into the back, get the gas canister, and go add the gasoline. And that's what we have going right now. So I appreciate you guys staying tuned. I wish somebody was actually watching so they could give me questions that I could answer to keep this going. It's kind of boring when I'm just talking to myself. And Lavelle and Paris, if you guys watch this, it seems like that's all I'm doing today is talking to myself. I'm joking. All right. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's what War Machine has been having some much needed rest ever since the tire explosion. I finally got well, you guys are with me. I think I filmed a video to basically talk about the van when I got 5 new tires. So I have 5 brand new tires on the van, and that's great. All the tires are good and brand new. So War Machine is ready to ride. I got to turn on the lights because it is getting darker out here. And we're just driving along. Let's talk about some other exciting things. Is anybody watching the Olympics? Hopefully folks are enjoying the Olympics. I mean, nobody's watching. I know I've been gone for a long time, but somebody watch. Somebody! Well, I've talked about as much as I can talk. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to hop off because I don't like just talking to myself. And when War Machine runs out of gas, I will go fill back live to show you guys the process of driving my camper van until it runs out of gas to find true empty on my gas pedometer, on my gas gauge, and as we fill back up. Appreciate you guys who will eventually watch. Hopefully you guys can begin to watch these videos more frequently. I am Mike. This is War Machine, and we'll catch you guys once we run out of gas. Bye.